It has been a spooky week for Halloween Horror Nights. Over the last 7 days, Universal has announced not 1, not 2, not 3, not even 4, but 5 houses for this year's event. Plus, Horror Night Nightmares released a brand new spec map, which has a couple intriguing things on it. Let's break it all down. It was a slow start to spooky season this year, with Horror Nights having to take a back seat to the grand opening of Epic Universe, which opened just over a month ago on May 22nd. Just a few weeks ago, we had almost nothing concrete announced for this year's event. But now, well, the announcement floodgates have been opened. At the time of filming this video, we have been given official announcements for 7 of the houses coming to this year's event. 2 IPs and all 5 original houses. And they all sound amazing. We got our first official house announcement on June 5th when Universal announced that Fallout was coming to HHN 34. The premise of this house will be that we will be following Lucy from the vaults to face the horrors of the wasteland. I've heard people say that they're not sure how this house will be because Fallout isn't technically horror, but I think this house will be awesome. For one, the sets will be great. Getting to walk through the vaults and then out into the nuclear wasteland is perfect for HHN. Will it be the scariest house ever? No, but I think it'll be on par with past houses like Ghostbusters. More fun and cinematic than scary. Next, on the fitting day of Friday the 13th, the Jason Universe house was announced. It has been said that the silent killer is coming for us, and we will come face to face with the relentless Jason Voorhees. Now this is a house we are very excited for. Due to certain licensing issues, we won't be getting a house based off a specific movie like some of the Halloween Michael Myers houses that we've got in the past. But we will be getting some sort of compilation house akin to what the Leatherface house was at Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood last year. Whatever it is, we know it'll be a terrifying house. After these 2 IP houses dropped, the onslaught of original houses started to get released. On June 20th, the first original, El Artista, a Spanish Haunting, was announced. This house will take place in 19th century Spain and feature a tortured artist who gets possessed by his art. The creatives released a couple images of the characters that we are going to see in this house, and let me tell you, it is going to be amazing. Amazingly terrifying. Then, just a couple days later on June 23rd, we got Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters. This house will feature some lava demons that are trying to possess an Old West town. This house is based on a B movie that was featured in the Slaughter Cinema 2 house from last year. From what we briefly saw of this property in Slaughter Cinema 2, it will be a great house. Then, 2 days later on June 25th, Dolls Let's Play Dead was announced. For this house, we will become doll-sized and walk into a house where we will be hunted by toys that have been burnt, melded, and stitched together by a twisted little girl. Reading this description had me immediately think of this. And I am not complaining. This house will be super creepy. Then on June 26th, we were given Grave of Flesh. It's our funeral, and we will enter the underworld and be hunted by flesh eaters for eternity. This is a house that I didn't know I needed, and I am excited. It sounds super scary and exactly what I want out of an original house. And on June 27th, our last original house was finally announced. It is called Gulkin, Monsters of the North. It will take place in a remote northern village where a wicked being rises from the dead and wreaks havoc on the townspeople. This house sounds super cool. Super cool. Get it? This house not only sounds terrifyingly perfect, but it'll also have some amazing AC in it, which I am already excited for. So these are our official announcements straight from Universal, which is the only place to actually get concrete details from. But there are also 2 other houses that have basically been announced. Though not by Universal directly, they have been alluded to by the IPs themselves, which is almost just as good. Now that's not to say that nothing can happen to shoo these houses away, but the creatives behind Five Nights at Freddy's mentioned in a panel at an event that the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise would be getting a house at Halloween Horror Nights 34.
In Orlando and in Hollywood, there may be something to do this September and October with Five Nights at Freddy's.
And then, very recently, David Howard Thornton, the actor who plays Art the Clown, and I believe it was the Terrifier director, were at a panel themselves, and the director mentioned that there will be a Terrifier house coming this year.
It was going to happen, but it's kind of like the worst kept secret, and I won't make you say anything at all, but I'm a huge haunted house fan, and in that community, everybody kind of knows Halloween Horror Nights is going to have a Terrifier house this year. Yes. Don't hang me if something happens and it doesn't happen, but that's the word on the street.
That was all him. I know nothing, I say nothing, I hear nothing, I do nothing.
So if we add these two not actually officially announced but basically confirmed houses, that puts us at 4 IPs and all 5 originals. That just leaves us one more IP house, which is rumored to be that WWE house. Now, before we get into the next new info that we've been given this week, I wanted to ask you guys, the horror fans, are you a fan of these big house drops? Do you like when they announce all of the originals in a week, or would you rather they spread it out a bit? For myself, though this style is fun, I kind of wish they would do one a week, to give each house some breathing room so we could soak it all in. I understand why they had to delay the announcements this year, what with Epic opening, but it kind of feels rushed. Not only that, but with the delayed release of these houses, it allowed for so many leaks to happen, and everything to kind of be completely figured out before the actual announcements. It's inevitable, what with us crazy obsessive HHN fans searching for any and every detail imaginable. But it kind of feels like Universal lost a little bit of control of the announcement season this year. Hopefully next year they'll be able to reel the reins in a little bit more again. Anyways, back to business. In the middle of all these house announcements, Horror Night Nightmares actually released a brand new spec map, which had some of the houses that were already announced already filled in on the map, but it also gave us some other potential goodies on the way. Let's have a look. Here's the updated map, with the houses that were already announced added to the map. Now that we have a few more houses announced, let's put those in as well. From here, you can see that the last house that we're waiting on is the potential WWE house in the sound stages, and we have all of the houses announced for the tents. But what I really wanted to talk about on this new map is what's right in the middle. There have been 2 new entertainment offerings put on this map that have me very excited. First, it looks like the Lagoon show is back. It was actually on very early spec maps, but then lost for a bit, so it's very nice to see it return. Universal last offered an HHN Lagoon show back in HHN 31, but the infrastructure was damaged by a hurricane that came through about halfway through the event. Well, the framework has since been repaired, as is evident by the amazing Cinesational show that has been playing in the Lagoon on and off for the last year. So it looks like they'll finally be utilizing it for a brand new Halloween Horror Nights show. This is such good news, as it'll be another great entertainment offering to help disperse crowds from the always at capacity Nightmare Fuel shows, as well as the long lines for the houses. I can't wait to see what they do with a new Lagoon show. And then, right below the Lagoon icon on the map, we can see a black box that shows a picture of a chainsaw, a roller skate, and the word horde. Months ago, Universal put out an audition ad for roller skaters for this year's Horror Nights event, and since then it has left all of us baffled to where we would have roller skaters in the event. Well, it seems like we finally have our answer. This seems to speculate that we will be getting a Mel's Die-In roller skating chainsaw horde, and I personally could not be more excited. If you were lucky enough to be at HHN 32, you probably saw the roaming Megan horde that year, which was a group of Megan bots that would randomly show up, perform a dance, and then disperse. It was personally one of my favorite parts of that year, and I'm so happy they're bringing the idea back with a fresh new take. Mel's Die-In has always been an iconic part of HHN, so I'm happy to see it getting some direct love and fan service. This will be a huge hit at this year's event, I am sure. And there you have it. That is all the info we have so far for this year's event, and there's only a few more puzzle pieces left to put into place for HHN 34. We're still waiting on full confirmation for a couple of these houses, the Lagoon show, the scare zones, as well as our multi-night ticket options. So let me ask you, what do you think about this year so far? Do you think this year is shaping up to be a fantastic year, or are you not fully spooked yet? Are you more excited for the IPs or for the originals? Also, what's your favorite house that's been announced so far? Let me know in the comments, I would love to hear it. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to stay fully up to date on everything to do with Halloween Horror Nights, please make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the fog.